Thank you for watching this Forex Preview here at XM.com. I'm Cristina Marujas. Joining me today is Senior Investment Analyst Rafi Boyajian. We'll be having a look at the Bank of Japan policy meeting. Of course, it comes in a very busy week regarding central bank meetings. Now, markets are divided whether we'll be getting a rate cut at tomorrow's policy meeting. They're assigning a less than 50% probability for that. So what do you think we'll see?
Well, it's looking like it's going to be a very close call. The Bank of Japan had signaled back in September that they were seriously considering taking some action in October. But since then, we've seen expectations for a rate cut fall quite significantly. They now stand at just 33% that the Bank of Japan will cut rates by 10 basis points. And of course, rates in Japan are already negative territory. So a deeper cut is seen as being harmful to banks' profitability. The Bank of Japan has repeatedly warned about the impact of negative rates on the financial system. And also, although we've seen quite substantial impact on Japanese economy from the trade war, the US-China trade war, exports have been falling all year. There's still quite a few bright spots in the Japanese economy. Consumer spending is still rising, and even capital expenditure has held up reasonably well given the global trade tensions. So the Bank of Japan might decide that things aren't quite that bad just yet for it to take any action.
Well, truth be told, the Bank of Japan has limited ammunition to act strongly because it already has this massive stimulus program in place. Do you think it's holding back a little bit to see how the US-China trade war will play out and then maybe ease further?
Well, policymakers are certainly watching the trade war very carefully. And of course, even though at the moment we have a bit of a truce between the US and China, things could escalate at any moment, and the Bank of Japan would want to have some ammunition left so it can use that to support the Japanese economy. And of course, there's also the sales tax hike which came into effect at the start of October, and the impact of that has yet to be seen. So the Bank of Japan might decide that it's still too early to make that call whether or not a further stimulus is needed.
And finally, let's have a look at the yen. What is the short-term outlook for the currency?
Well, the yen has been on a bit of a pullback during October due to those easing trade tensions following the announcement of a phase one deal between the US and China. And so if the Bank of Japan was to keep policy unchanged and not really give any signals about future action, we could see the yen drawing some support on the back of that. On the other hand, we also have the Fed that is expected to cut interest rates later today, but they may signal a pause, and then if they were to do that, then we could see the dollar extending its gains against the yen. And the other thing we should watch out for is the Bank of Japan's forecasts. So if we were to see significant downgrades in their outlook, then that could signal some action later on, even if they were to keep policy unchanged this month.
Rafi, thank you for joining me today. And thank you for watching this Forex Preview here at XM.com.